Welcome back to another video. Today we're here at one of our most favorite museums in the country, the Henry Ford in Dearborn, Michigan. We're going to miss it, but the Disney Archives will have a Heroes and Villains costume exhibit here from June 25th to New Year's Day. We've come to our first mold-a-rama machines. Let's see what we have here. We have Henry Ford. Oh, what? Mickey's $5 here. What? He was $10 a Volo. Oh. Now we were here back in 2004. I don't remember any of this. So this is a first visit again. As we enter down this big hallway, we're heading towards the main museum. Alright, here we go into the entrance. We're going to make a left down this hallway. Alright, so this museum has 8 must-sees, which we'll probably see today, and many, many rooms. Alright, we decided to head towards the cars and vehicles, which are all historic in some way. The first big car we see here is Ronald Reagan's car. What?
All that damage on the metal right there?
Yeah.
And that's where the bullet hit.
Wow. So this car was used by 5 presidents from 1972 to 1992. The next big car we have here is the Kennedy car. It's the one that he was shot in, and President Kennedy was sitting in the back passenger seat right there, and the top was off on that day, but you can see the pictures here over in Dallas, and this is the car right here. It's pretty amazing. No, according to the picture, he was actually sitting in the back left, so right behind the driver when he was assassinated. It's interesting because this picture shows him on the right, and this picture shows him on the left, which would be the driver's left, driver's right. So I don't know what, but this is the car that he was in on that day. The next presidential car here is the bubble top from 1950 Lincoln. First used by President Truman, and then lastly used by President Eisenhower. The fourth one here is the one that used by President Franklin D. Roosevelt. That was used for him to get in and out easier. Even though he still had to step up, he could stand up and give a speech and easily get in and out of the car. Here goes our first mold-a-rama of the day. It's a 1860 steam locomotive. They'll look like that.
Need to wake it up, I think.
These are fancy. They use Apple Pay and Tap to Pay now. Wow. Alright.
Yay! Careful, it's hot.
I don't want to touch it. It's still moving.
Take it out.
Here's the train. We're going to hold it upside down until it cools. That's our first one of the day. Alright, we're going inside here. This is exciting. This is the 1858 Rogers train. It says Sam Hill on there too. It last ran in 1929 to to bring the president to an opening day of a museum. This is a 1924 refrigerator and ventilator car. So this was able to bring and ship other foods faster to Americans across the country. This monstrosity is a 1923 Canadian snowplow that obviously be used to plow for the trains coming through the track. So look how big this thing is. This is at least 20 feet tall, and that's just the plow. The whole train goes all the way down there, all the way up to the front here. To give you an idea, I just come up to the top portion, and that's not even to the cargo where the passengers or the drivers sit. This thing is huge. Here's one of the baggage cart. You can kind of get a look inside here with all the different trunks and things people would bring with them on the train. So we came from the trains, now we're back to cars now. This is a 1931 Bugatti. According to the sign, back in 1931 it would cost $43,000, and you have to work 31 years to pay off this car. And look at this Honda. I think we had one of these when I was growing up too. Yeah, this is an 83 Accord. And it's funny, I drive an Accord now and it doesn't look like that. And here is an original 1919 Model T. According to the sign, in 1919, 50% of Americans drove a Model T. Now here we go. This is a 1959 VW Westfalia. It's a camper. So you can camp inside your bus. Here's a poster of all the innovations. Like, I've been on that all-way monorail in Seattle, and we've been to Mount Rushmore. And look, we've driven through those gates many, many, many times. This looks like the Hotel Plaza entrance because you can see the old Downtown Disney signage here in the picture. You have to love old neon, but this is a 1960s McDonald's sign, along with 56 Bel Air, and this White Castle and A&W root beer sign. Here's some of the old Happy Meal toys. I vaguely remember playing with this Friday one with my cousins. I don't know why. Here we have an 1890s stagecoach. Look at all the detail that's hand painted on this thing. Even the little picture and this little ornamentation here. The next section of the museum we're going to is With Liberty and Justice for All. First thing we see here is Thomas Paine, and this is an actual real copy of Common Sense. Around the corner we have an original copy of the Stamp Act from 1765, talking about the Declaration of Independence. This is the copy of it right here. On December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat onto this bus, waiting for this bus. And here is that very bus right here. They have it on display. You can actually go inside too. Here we go.
On the ferry stop, the flight passengers had been over in front of the seat I occupied was the face of the seats where the Negro passengers take.
We found our next mold. It's the Wienermobile. Let's do it. We should have seen this sign earlier. They have them all listed here in the museum. It's so fancy they take the whole paint out. Here goes the Wienermobile. So after taking a lunch break inside the restaurant here, we're going to continue to the other side of the museum. So in this room they have doll houses on display, they have stoves. This is a grill that President Eisenhower used, and this awning balcony from the '64 World's Fair. And they put a mirror here so you can see the inside. We're now looking at the farming equipment. This is a Caterpillar from the late 20s. Let's see what's over here. What's this?
This milk truck is from San Diego.
Oh, it is? A milk truck from San Diego? Huh. From what year? 1912. So there's the milk truck, and this giant red thing here is to use to harvest tomatoes from the late 60s, early 70s. And one of the signature pieces of this museum is this 1952 Wienermobile from Oscar Mayer. They actually have some of the whistles here too from the 50s. They'd hand out from the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Imagine, they still drive these around the country now, but imagine just seeing this drive up to your window or up to your house. This giant hot dog car. This is Henry Ford's fiddle. It's kind of small for adult size. I think it's 3/4 size. But they have other violins here from 1647 and a couple Stradivari. And let's see. These are from 1700s. This is, wow, 1780. These violins are very expensive now. We turn the corner, here's a giant steam engine from the 1860s. This ginormous wheel, look at this thing. They even had to cut a hole in the ground to show how it turns. And this one here is from 1880. This is a good 3-4 stories high. Look at this giant machinery. This one is from 1891. It's a little smaller than the others, but it can produce 5,000 or 480 watt light bulb. And here's another one from the 1800s. I'm standing up on about a 10 to 15 foot step here. Look how giant this thing is, just to power about 7,500 light bulbs. Alright, the last display over here was Your Place in Time, 20th Century America. First they have a little theater here. You can see a moving picture. 5 cents. So it's a Nickelodeon. Yes, Nickelodeon. This is the Eisenhower generation. There's some Pinocchio product in here. Oh, there's Mickey too. This is an 8-track player?
8-track player, you stick it in there.
Oh.
It'd stick out about an inch.
Like a cartridge?
Yeah, like nothing.
That's a radio also too?
Yeah, that's a cartridge. You stick it in there and it'll play it.
Oh. They have a display of TV guides here. Look, Walt Disney's World. Look at that. In color on Channel 4. Had Annette Funicello. Look at this. And then what else is on here? Oh, Gilligan's Island right there too. This is the stuff I like, the history of television. So 1950s, 60s, and 70s set. And they show the exact same thing on all three, so you can see the difference. Alright, this is the 80s and 90s. This is my era. Let's see. There's the Game Boy. I remember seeing those. What else is in here? Oh, the giant VCR. Look at that thing. Here's the first Mac. And look, internet in a box. with a floppy disk. Alright, this is really my era. You got Furbies and Tamagotchis. I never had one. I thought it was kind of weird. A phone. And a Y2K. Here's more stuff from the 90s. So there's the Game Boy Color and the bigger Mac. I remember playing Oregon Trail and the Sammy Sosa Triple Play 2000. I remember playing those a lot. Oh, and DVDs. You got Bugs Life here. Oh, and CD. Oh, Smash Mouth. And then you got Sports Illustrated for Kids. I still have mine at home. And the PlayStation. Educational programming of the 70s and 80s. Yes! Yes! You're the time, not so fun.
If you become a mom, I'm just a girl.
Newsflash. Oh, that's Kermit. That's Kermit, right? Kermit the Frog. Yep. Okay.
Where is the trolley taking me?
Oh, to Make-Believe Land.
Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
And then the cookie. Yes. I don't know this one though. I don't know. Oh, Electric Company. I didn't watch the Electric Company. And that's Conjunction Junction. Schoolhouse Rock.
Yep.
Yep.
Still show those.
And that wraps up our visit here to the Henry Ford. On to another Detroit landmark. Our adventure brings us here to the Corner Ballpark here in Detroit. This is where the old Tiger Stadium once sat. It is now a Little League field, but this is where Tiger Stadium used to be. Located here in Corkstown on Michigan and Cochrane Street. This is approximately where the front entrance was. And the stadium ran all the way that block, all the way around where those condos are now, and all the way back around to the block. For the looks of it, actually, it's a college-sized baseball field, and Schoolcraft College is now playing here. They're setting up for an event in here, but there's a look at the field. Here it says, "Welcome to historic Tiger Stadium." The Tigers played here from 1912 to 1999, and the Lions even played here from 38 to 74. They have these little information areas here, and yes, they did play the Padres here in 1984. Even shows Terry Kennedy as catcher here. Another sign here shows Mark Fidrich that pitched here one year. The 70s, they call him Big Bird, so look like Big Bird. Looks like the field itself is set up for baseball and soccer. You can see this yellow line here, that looks like for soccer, but the entire field is artificial. Now from the looks of it, there isn't a lot left of Old Tiger Stadium, but the only thing I can see right now is the famous flagpole out in center field that was actually in play. So sometimes the outfielders would run into it while trying to find to catch a fly ball. Here's a view from the right field line. And there's a sign here that says K-Line's Corner from Al K-Line. I'm just thinking about all the history that was here. That All-Star game that Reggie Jackson hit 3 homers, those landed right up there somewhere. And some of them, have they landed yet? I don't know. They have a small display here of the Lions' history. Before they moved to the Silver Dome, they played here at Tiger Stadium. And then eventually to Ford Field. They have a display here of all the Detroit baseball stadiums. And this is Tiger Stadium from '61. This Some of the old seats too. This is an old hot dog vendor box that was used between 1970 and 1980 here. And you can see there's 2 compartments for the hot dogs. And he said it would weigh over 20 pounds. So here's a little more information about K-Line's Corner. So you see here in summer '54, Al K-Line suffered an injury from running into this section. So after that season, they took out that section. But fans would sit there and watch him play the outfield. And thanks for joining us as we visited the Henry Ford and the former site of Tiger Stadium. What was your favorite part? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.